Now, I want to preface this by saying this video is not to defend any developer, it's not to defend Sony, it's not to defend anybody. It's just to explain why I think we are getting what we're getting, as well as setting the expectation for the next year. So with that being said, I sympathize with every PlayStation VR2 owner out there. It seems recently the short, stick that you've already been handed is just getting shorter and shorter with every single release. Yes, we're getting a gem here and there, but it's not something that is, really tiding us over. We are getting enough bad and good ports in equal amounts that it just feels like we are last in the line of development. Unfortunately, the way that Sony announced a lot of their, VR news, it made it so that a lot of these devs with the games that are coming out now were mid-development cycle. They couldn't pivot and, change resource management into focusing on the PlayStation VR2 port. They had to make a decision on whether to polish their game or focus on a new hardware port, which you probably want a polished game over some new hardware, because if your game is not polished, yeah, it runs on new hardware and looks great, but it doesn't even work. So with that being said, an issue that we have is, publisher money. That's what devs need. They need money, and without that money, they have to make tough decisions. And Sony didn't make those decisions any easier to make due to the fact that they've announced the PlayStation VR2 mid-development cycle for a lot of these games. So I don't think it's going to always be like this. My expectation is by this time next year, we're going to have enough games that were early enough in development on the indie side of things, the third-party side of things, that the PlayStation VR2 is going to get a lot better ports. They're going to get ports specifically made for them. But as of right now, unless it is a big developer within the VR community, don't expect anything to be super polished, because a lot of these projects were already mid-development by the time the PSVR2 was announced. So with that being said, again, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just stating what I believe to be the fact of the matter, that PlayStation VR2 really launched kind of a bad time in game development for a lot of these VR games. That being said, if you disagree, let me know why in the comments below. I'd love to have a back and forth with you. My name is ButtorsSomething. I want to thank all of you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next video.